Please watch this whole video before you pass judgment. I've always stayed out of the abortion debate. I've leaned pro-choice, but I knew it was an ugly debate and a lose-lose both ways. But I didn't realize until now how ugly it truly is. New York State recently passed the Reproductive Health Act, giving all women the right to abort their baby within 24 weeks, and in some cases, abort their baby at any time before conception. Let's look at the science and look at the facts. When does a baby's heart start beating? It starts around 6 weeks, give or take. When does a baby start developing body parts? 8 weeks. Lower limbs start to grow, fingers begin to form, ears, and of course, yes, it has a heartbeat. At around 16 to 20 weeks, give or take, your baby can see light, and you will most likely be able to detect the sex of your baby. Heartbeat at 6, limbs and body parts at 8, but New York State legalized, basically, the killing of your baby at 24 weeks or even a couple days before your conception. And look how these people responded. They're acting like they just won the Super Bowl because they won the rights to murder babies in the womb. I used to tell abortion activists to stop saying, baby killer, baby killer, baby killer. It was very off-putting, and it didn't make sense to me. But with what New York State just passed, how else can you really say it? The baby's heart is beating, it's gonna have limbs, it's gonna have eyes and sight and a sex, and you could murder the living baby. Even people who are pro-choice are writing to me saying, this is crazy, I'm pro-choice, but of course I'm against this. I thought it was just basic common sense and decency. Apparently not. Think I'm exaggerating? Let's go right to the legislation. May perform an abortion when, according to the practitioner's reasonable and good faith professional judgment based on the facts of the patient's case, the patient is within 24 weeks from the commencement of pregnancy. So this legalizes any abortion for any reason within 24 weeks. It also says, or absence of fetal viability, or the abortion is necessary to protect the patient's life or health. So if you really comprehend how the wording is written, it says anytime within 24 weeks, or the abortion is necessary to protect the patient's life or health. So that's justifying the murder of the baby anytime before birth, after 24 weeks. And what exactly does health mean? Some people are mentally unhealthy, some people are physically unhealthy. It doesn't just say life or death cases, it says life or health. Very, very broad. I'm sure it's up to the doctor's discretion, but it's opening the door for abortion at any time before birth. Like I said, I'm not a big abortion activist, but doesn't this seem kind of insane? Almost as insane as Sandra Bullock and Ellen on live TV, laughing about rubbing circumcised penis parts on someone's face as part of some sort of creepy facial treatment.
Explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby. That's what it is.
Okay.
Who comes up with this?
I don't think, it's not like I'm lying there with little pieces all over my face. It's like.
That was funny to the audience. Maybe that was funny to you, but I got a really sick feeling in my stomach when they said that. From the same show that brags about that they won't have Donald Trump on because they're such great people. As a lifelong fan of Ellen, this stuff is really creepy and has led me away from the network. Also now, some people are openly saying that young blood may be the answer to anti-aging properties. A California company is now making it easy to buy young blood with PayPal. There's some political and social commentators that aren't that bad that have been banned from PayPal. But you can buy young blood on PayPal. Nothing says, I'm a loving liberal and I'm so much better than you are, like selling young blood on PayPal, rubbing chopped off parts of penises that have been circumcised on your face, and cheering like you won the Super Bowl when you get the right to murder babies that are about to be born and probably could be born with a C-section or otherwise. I've heard personal stories of people whose babies have lived months before that timeline when they're allowing you to legally kill this kid. I've heard stories of doctors and nurses that they're sucking out full body parts, and it's absolutely disgusting. But what really creeps me out and irritates me, besides everything I just mentioned, is the fact this is the side of the political debate that owns and controls most of the media, controls and owns almost all of the tech companies, and uses their mind control manipulation power to tell everybody, we're so great, don't build a wall at the border, they're bad people, they're so bad, we're so virtuous, and we're so much better than you. We love Hispanics and blacks and women and children so much more than you do, and so much more than they do. And while they're running people in circles with fake news, biased coverage, complete blackouts of real events like this one, the March for Life, if you went to it, they would warn you that they were literally murdering babies. Look at this is not a small event, but you won't see it on most television shows or social media networks because they don't want you to see it. Because while they're making you look over there, they're passing the Reproductive Health Act, which is anything but healthy. Just like the Affordable Care Act, which was anything but affordable. Just like free healthcare, which is anything but free. It's not free financially, and it's not free literally. You have an individual mandate that makes you buy it, or they come and take your money. It's the opposite of freedom. But that's what they always do. They make a big brand and a big name, and they brand it on all media and tell you this is what it is. And as somebody who's leaned left my entire life, I didn't grow up conservative. I didn't grow up Republican. I couldn't stand Fox News. I thought it was the worst network on the planet. I'm starting to figure out that the liberal left is one disgusting lie. They're pathological, out of control liars who manipulate every single event, lie about it, use women and children to hurt women and children, use blacks and Hispanics to hurt blacks and Hispanics. They divide the races, they divide the sexes, they turn people against each other. They get you to march in the streets to take away your own rights and your own personal liberties. Those that people a century ago literally died to get. It's absolutely sickening. And it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Because with all their agendas, they just use social issues to push and push and push and push and push and push. And it seems like everything they're doing, from the women's movement to the LGBT movement and all of the others, that they're just trying to confuse people, weaken people, make men weaker, make women weaker, make all our communities weaker, lie about everything, make us mad and upset, pop a bunch of pills in our mouth, and then we'll march in the streets against our own interests. Then we'll vote for politicians who sell the country out. Then we'll vote for politicians who want big government, higher taxes, less financial or personal freedom. And anybody else who disagrees is racist, sexist, xenophobic, and a terrible person, even though the opposite is literally true. Hopefully this video got you to at least consider another perspective, because you're probably not going to find this on any mainstream news network. You're not going to see it promoted by celebrities, because they've turned into such an elite echo chamber that they're crushing the working class, the middle class, and the lower class families that they claim to help, and won't even have a discussion. Because if you disagree with them, or you support low taxes and personal freedom, you're not allowed to work there. You're not allowed to perform at this venue. You're not allowed to be employed with this network. They don't want you there unless you hate Trump, you love the liberal cult ideology, and you agree with all of their creepy storylines, which crush everyone and anyone in their way, including liberal comedians and African American men, LGBT activists who literally paved the way for all the other LGBT activists. They don't care. And it's about time people wake up to that reality, because it's getting beyond creepy and disturbing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for considering. God bless you. God bless America. God bless your family, and God bless the world. Tag a friend, share it, and all I ask is for people to consider my information and then move on with their day. Don't be paranoid. Don't be fearful. Don't be negative. Have a great day. This is a great time to be alive. Just consider what I'm saying. Leave a comment. Let me know your perspective, and read the comments and read all of the perspectives of people that you'll never see on the news. Thank you.